Take care of the cracks today, and that was the priority. So we put epoxy all around the bow. I didn't have enough to do the whole thing actually, but I got down in here. It took me about an hour just to put the wood chips in the cracks. I just picked up wood chips from around here and stuffed them in the cracks, and then we epoxied right over it. I didn't have enough to fill them entirely, and but another thing, knocked out the seats. Lenny and I knocked out the seat posts, got rid of those. I had to get through a big knot here, but we lost a lot of weight, and I'm gonna put canvas seats in. That's what I've decided, to go lightweight. Still gonna knock this out, but I will rig that with either string or canvas as well. I'm gonna have pieces of canvas on the side where the blades will be stored, right next to where the seats are, and they'll still be able to be locked in with the material that way. And I'll probably have to redo this because everybody's so loud. Oh well. Got a bit done today. As you can see on the bow here, I was trimming it hardcore from the outside since I was having trouble digging on the inside. I decided to bring it in from the outside quite a bit. Shaved her down, pulled her in a bit, pulled her up a bit. Got a little tighter line, and I'm probably going to pull this in yet a little more here, and bring this up just a tad bit. We're still going to have a beak on her. I'm going to drill a hole through here for the bow line, and of course we have the mount for that that's still coming down. But basically all day today I've been digging on the outside and then on the in. I went straight down here and carved along each side a little bit down towards the center of the canoe. I'm actually going to have a channel down the middle of it, a little bit lower than the bottoms of the sides, and that's intentional actually. I'll have the sides low enough that we can still fit plenty of gear in, but the gear should bridge the channel down the middle, and that way if she does happen to leak, which she might, then it's okay. The gear won't be sitting in a puddle. We can bail it out before that, hopefully. Might as well take the virtual tour. Let's go on down and see how low we got. Now, you can probably see much better now the difference in the heights than I can even see from up here. But I'm going to even that out in the middle there, and bring it down just a tad bit more. But we're getting pretty low now, and getting very thin around the back here. And well, that's what she's looking like now. That was from bow to stern, just to be clear. However, the worst thing today that unfortunately I found out that I've got a hole in my canoe, and it's from a baseball bat. It's actually right here. I marked it with an extra chip, or 2 chips actually, sticking out so we don't go anywhere near it. When we're cutting, I put some Gorilla Glue around it, but it clearly was made by one of the baseball bats. Unfortunately, comes through right here. You can see it was smacked in from the outside with a bat. This is the 3rd coat. It's a full heavy coat this time. I did have some deep spots where the varnish collects in the bottom, because I'm dousing the cracks very heavily that are up throughout the bow and throughout the sides and the stern, actually throughout the whole inside of the canoe. So I douse them heavily and then try and spread all that extra varnish of the runoff throughout the canoe as I'm doing the sides and the tops of the gunnels and the tops of the outside of the gunnels. But anyway, that's what we're looking at the moment. Smoothed out the bow a little bit. Got a little help from a couple of guys that came down here. I evened the gunnels out, as you can probably see very well. They stand out right now because I haven't coated them. But continued to dig inside in a big way. Went down and to the sides a bit. I'm almost happy with where we're at right now. We'll give you the virtual tour. Going bow to stern again, and you'll notice the path is a little wider. The two tools that I use now, the only two, the adze and the scorp, pretty much what did it all. And if you'll notice, I knocked out the holder for the handles of the paddles. I'm going to still do that with twine to go ultra lightweight, but I'm going to still have the stash for the paddles. We'll have canvas on the blade ends of it by the seats, using the same hangers that the seats will use. And but then we come on back here and dug it out pretty good to the sides there, and on back. And so now looking from the stern, that's your look from the stern on out to the bow. That's pretty much what I'll be looking at every day, right there. She's beautiful. She's beautiful. In this film, I'm trying to give you a feel for what it's like to make a dugout canoe. Get a feel for my canoe camp, for the process that it takes, and I show you a good portion of it in this film. But I also wanted to include footage of us paddling her at the end, and I did, so you actually know this thing does work, and it's such a beautiful process and a beautiful thing in paddling her as well. I'll make another movie about paddling her shortly, but until then, you can look for more on Knotty's Facebook page, Knotty the Dugout Canoe. Become a fan of Knotty the Dugout Canoe. Come on now. The energy that comes from the tree and that permeated my camp was love. That's what it's all about, people. Thanks so much to Joe Pronte at South Suburban Parks and Recreation. You're great about getting me a tree, brother, and I appreciate your help. Hey, a special thanks to Poncho and the whole crew at the Platte River Bar and Grill out in Littleton, Colorado. Love you guys. I couldn't have done it without it. A special shout out to my roomies. I couldn't have done it without your support, and I don't know what you were thinking, supporting a guy like me. What, are you crazy? My friends out in Littleton, y'all meant everything to me. You guys, without your help, I couldn't have done this, and I hope I brought a little joy into your life with this, because it's all about the love, baby. Mark and Babs, you mean way too much to me. I miss you very much. Thanks so much for everything you did for me. Getting the tree, picking it up, bringing it over there, working on it, running me around with tools, and then driving me clear across Colorado, and halfway across Nebraska and back again. You are something else, and I love you guys. Hey, special thanks to my paddlers too. You guys know how much you mean to me, and you know what it's all about. You truly do bond to the tree. There's a spiritual connection that you make to it. That, especially in the carving process, takes so long. Little by little, you get to know each other. But there comes a time where you and the tree have to go ahead and meet the water. All my paddlers know what I'm talking about. There's a strong connection between the three of you. And those who paddler know exactly what I'm talking about. Everybody else, well, here's a little taste of what we're talking about. Let's show them, guys. Canoe, canoe! Yeah, guys, this is why I do this.
Let's go get it. Paddle. Come on. Paddle, baby. Come on. Atta girl. We got it, we got it.
This is the Platte, obviously, but it's a very different river than it was in Denver. We're constantly going over sandbars now. We're barely clearing most of them. Every once in a while we had to get out. It's a little hectic, and when you see them, you usually see them. They're very, very big sandbars.
To the far left? Okay. That's a touchdown. Yeah. Stay right. Here. Okay. Well, yeah, grab something there. Yeah, 10 miles, only 10 miles. Yeah, it's around the next bend. What is this, some kind of ball stadium up here on the left with the lights? Oh shit, we're just coming up to Evans?
Mr. Jeff Troop joining us today.
Hey, Church.
We got a little extra horsepower here. And I can actually film this because those guys can keep us motoring along. All we got to do is steer. That's not bad.
Just looking for sandbars.
Yeah, one will find us. If we don't find it, it'll find us. Jeff's gotten a taste already. We've had to drag over a few of them, but it hasn't been bad. We've gotten a lot of miles in, and if you notice, a nice efficient paddle by the two gentlemen up front. The three of us can get in sync, and we really move right along. And the river's actually moving pretty good all by itself.
The sad part, Evans is like a 5-minute drive from where we started. Okay. All right, maybe 10.